And that's right, everybody. You guys are listening to me, Unknown Gamer, on my new show. Unknown Gamer's new show. And right now, I'm going to say that this is a special episode because it's going to be pretty abbreviated, down to 15 minutes exactly, because this will be put on YouTube for a video explanation on one of my great YouTube videos titled Minecraft Griefing Get Wrecked. But if you are watching this on YouTube, check out my show, Unknown Gamers' new show, on my GNet Radio every Saturday at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, live. So let me explain my Minecraft griefing video to all of you. Basically, around mid-October, I made a Minecraft griefing video in which for the first part of the video, you see me start banning people. And the reason why I'm banning people is because I am not originally the admin of the server. No, in fact, I basically gained permission as admin by spoofing under the admin's name. That weekend, Notch had a little trouble with the Minecraft because he pushed out an update that crashed his servers. This is before he got the Amazon S3 service. And so he decided to disable authentication of names, and he called it Minecraft Play for Free Weekend. And so basically you could enter any name and you could get through. You didn't have to enter any password or anything like that. So when the servers came back up and I realized that he took down authentication, I thought to myself, well, do you realize that all these servers are not authenticated by an admin password but by names? I thought, why don't I pick a server, see who's the admin, find out his name, because a lot of posts on Minecraft forums usually have the admin's name right on there and all the moderators. So I picked out this interesting server that I found at the Minecraft net forums, and it was one that was interesting and unique. Firstly, it was a Minecraft server that was pure, meaning that every resource collected was not spawned through, a Heyo mod or whatever it may be. So everything that they collected was pure. Secondly, it was an RP server, which means that, people kind of took it seriously, and I could find a way to troll people mentally, play a little psychology game with them. And not only that, but it also was an interesting RP. Instead of being old school monarch or anything like that, it was actually a democracy. And as a true American bro and pro of freedom and liberty and justice for all, I thought, why not just go on there and have a good old time? So I figured out the admin's name, and basically I logged in as the admin without a password, went onto the server, and found him spawned in what appeared to be some kind of underground bunker. And so there I saw a chest, and let me explain to all of you, because you say, why didn't you use axes or an axe to destroy the chest? And the reason for that is because I just got Minecraft like 2 days before that. And so I didn't understand any of the concepts really. I just knew about, griefing and trolling in general. And so I just took the axe and started destroying the chests. I made sure to look in them though to see if there was any lava, because I did know about the lava and the water mechanics and also the buckets. So I was just checking in things like that, seeing if there was anything interesting in destroying the crates. Now you may be asking, well, why didn't you find some lava and pour lava over it? Well, if you did not notice, basically the items despawned after, about 5 minutes. So I went through and destroyed all of the crates. Now, you also saw me ban people. Basically, what I would do is I would look to see who was on the server, did a little status update, and then I would check their IP address. Now, since I knew that people can come back on a different name, I first banned their IP address, and they were still on the server and didn't even realize it. Then I would ban them by their name, or vice versa. And that would prevent them ultimately from coming back to the server and saying, why did you ban me or whatever. So basically, I did that for a couple of them. But the admin, who I now figured out is basically a little kid, was actually watching me do this through Archon. And the admin didn't know what was going on and basically banned himself from the server. He did not ban he did not ban my IP address. He banned his name from the server, which even prevented him from coming on and trying to fix whatever chaos I was causing. So after I banned about 3 people, he banned me. So I thought, well, I better pick another person who maybe be able to ban people or whatever. So I picked the guy called the Dude. Now I am not the Dude. For all those people who think that maybe I am the dude. I am not. That was just the only other moderator on the server. So I picked that guy's name and logged in, and he did not have any banning privileges. He just had, status. You could see people's statuses and, teleport to people. And that was about it. And I don't think even that was an administrative feature. So he didn't really have any power at all. He just had, a green colored name. So I thought, okay, well, I'll see what I can do. So I go through the town and I start, destroying some things. You see me take down a board wall. You see me destroy some things. Of course, I'm still using the pickaxe because I didn't really know the concept. And not only that, but I was definitely under a rush. And a lot of you don't realize this was the fact that I was not supposed to be in there. It isn't like I was an admin there or even been to the server before. So I had this constant rush in my mind to try to do the most I could because, I would think, or as an admin myself of servers in general and of a Minecraft server once, I would resolve the issue immediately. If I saw some guy coming as admin, I would figure it out, and IP ban address me. So I was under a constant rush. So I wasn't thinking clearly on, why I, got a pickaxe or an axe in general or whatever it may be. So I was under a constant rush to try to do the most destruction I could. So basically, I just started tearing down boxes or chests. I tried to create some pretty massive floods. And so I do this for a little bit, and all of a sudden, basically Jesse says, come help me level this. He was leveling a kind of mountain, hill, whatever you want to call it. And I was like, yeah, I'm busy. Because, I'm sitting here trying to get the most shit done because I'm worried that the admin will, figure out, hey, this guy's still on here because I can see the IP addresses. I'm going to ban his IP. But of course, I was under a Swedish VPN, so I'm not concerned about it. But I just wanted to get through before maybe he even shut down the server. So I kept on going, and then eventually I basically had to concede. Once he found out that there was shit going on, I kind of didn't want to get my hand caught in the cookie jar just yet. So I kind of act, and what I realized was immediately I realized that he was a kid. Now, some of you commented how I was acting immature, and the reason why was because I knew he was a kid and I could control his emotions, meaning that whenever I was excited, he would be excited. Whenever I would be aggressive, he would be defensive. Whenever I was passive, he would be eccentric. And I kind of couldn't, I wasn't able to really show this in the video because, in fact, the admin was so stupid and didn't really even ban me. In fact, it was, in its entirety, it was about 2 hours. I was on that server for about 2 hours before he would finally actually shut down the server. So anyway, though, you couldn't see it, but in fact, Jesse was very childish and manipulative. Yeah, I know I fucked those words up. But, I could sit there and I could sit and just taunt him and he would get angry. But if I said something, nice or kind, or if I didn't suspect him of griefing the server, then he was, he was happy-go-lucky and he didn't think I even did it. So when you see the video where he's blaming me, immediately afterwards, which I didn't put in the video, he basically thinks that somebody else. He thinks that, somebody must have seen the cache. Which was that underground bunker that the admin was in when I logged into it, and so he thinks that it was somebody else who went into the server. So anyway, though, dealing with that, what else is there to talk about? I didn't know anybody on the server. I didn't know the dude, in any retrospect. So I was trying to get a feel for maybe his typing style, for maybe his use of the English language when written, a whole bunch of things. And I didn't know exactly how to do it. I'm not really a troll typist, you could say. I focus more, as you can probably tell, vocally. I'm a vocal troll, and griefer when it comes to mind games more than just fucking things up. And in fact, that's my specialty. So if you look at my YouTube channel, I have one other Minecraft griefing video, which is called I'm Still Around. The rest are primarily Ventrilo griefings, which, if you don't know what Ventrilo is, it's a VoIP client for the PC. And usually, for the most part, you see me doing voices like this, and then I start singing a little couple of songs and start making girls scream everywhere, if you know what I mean. So anyway, though, so there are some things I could have done better. Some of you specified, well, why didn't you use TNT? Well, firstly, I just got in the game. I didn't look at Minecraftpedia or anything, so I didn't know what to make TNT with. Excuse me there. Secondly, it was a peer server, like I said, so I would have had to resource manage all the stuff that I had in my inventory and also try to retrieve stuff that didn't despawn, and I would have had to manually make TNT. It wasn't like I could just spawn it. In fact, I didn't know if they had TNT protection on or not. So that's the deal with that. Other things, it wasn't really an inside job. It was just me taking care of an exploit that no one really knew about and was able to really fuck with people because people were really stupid and little kids on that server. Even the admin. If you want me to explain the end, basically, I got one of my other boys on here, my boy Vinny. And so it was me and Vinny on there, and we were basically still claiming that Jesse was the one who did it. And eventually, admin, realized that we weren't who we were, and were causing chaos. And so he finally basically banned the names. So we came on different names. We started burning some trees down and stuff, and then they said, you know what? Or I should say the admin said, okay, well, I'm just going to shut down the server. And if you look, basically I tried to outline the stuff in the pictures of the forums. Now, the pink stuff, I realized that it's actually more harder to read than if I just left it, but I tried to emphasize, it by highlighting what was going on that was really supposed to be noted. So the admin basically said that he was going to go get a backup, and he was sorry for the inconvenience, and he would repay him by what they lost. Well, anyway, basically, I kind of fondled with the backups, you could say. When I was under his admin, I realized that he had a backup utility under Mac admin, and I tried to fondle it, you could say, and I basically dumb broke it. I broke his backup. So I realized that he done goofed up, and he wasn't going to be able to recover from this. And so you can't see it, but or you didn't see it, but he basically had to change the server. I can provide the form that he had the server info in, and it actually got locked. His thread got locked because he basically remade the server 3 times, trying monarchies and a whole bunch of stupid bullshit. Which is kind of interesting read, but at the same time, I mean, once you figure out that this person is a kid, and you can after you study, how he types and how people act towards him, it's kind of, I don't know, it's meh. But I gotta say, I'm proud of myself for what I was able to accomplish during those 2 hours. And throughout all of it, I was always under the constant assumption that I was immediately going to be stopped. So that is how most of my decisions were based on, was what could I do to cause the most destruction at that time. Besides that, it was just mind games with Jesse and the other guy, Dism or whatever. And that was about it, primarily. I mean, if you guys have other questions, I mean, you can put them in the comments below, and I can try to answer them by making another video. But I definitely think that I explained it here. So while I conclude my last minute, let me make the main points. I'd never been on that server before. It wasn't an inside job. I just basically, you could say, spoofed/hacked into as the admin, then got banned by the admin, banned himself, and I logged in as the moderator. Or I shouldn't say blue, but destroyed a lot of shit. It all got despawned. It was a peer server, which means that they couldn't just respawn it. And mindfucked Jesse JR, or whatever his name is, and just had a good old time. And, it's what I call good old-fashioned griefing. It's not my specialty, and I'm not used to written trolling. I'm a vocal troll. And that's about it. So definitely check out my show, Unknown Gamer's new show, every Saturday at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on mygnetradio.com.